In a world driven by chaos, comparison, and constant distraction, letting go is not just spiritual advice. It's a philosophical survival tactic. You've been told that holding on is strength, that clinging to relationships, to control, to emotions is noble. But the truth? Holding on is fear wearing a mask. Letting go, real letting go, is the highest form of inner power. This isn't just about self-help. This is about self-mastery, about psychological freedom, about understanding the human mind in its rawest form. This isn't therapy, this is strategy. And letting go is a tool of the wise. Why do people stay stuck? Because they romanticize pain. They confuse suffering with loyalty. They think that by holding on, they're proving something, proving love, proving strength, proving that they care. But the truth is this: you cannot conquer your life while you're a slave to your past. Letting go is not weakness. It is an act of mental discipline. It is a mindset shift that separates those who live in reaction from those who live in strategic alignment. This is the type of clarity the ancient philosophers taught. They weren't just meditating in silence, though they were warriors of the mind. They practiced detachment, self-control, and rational action. And today, we need that more than ever. Letting go is a form of emotional intelligence. It's not about pretending things didn't matter. It's about choosing to stop giving them the power to define you. You don't let go because you stop caring. You let go because you started caring about your peace of mind, your mental health, your future self. In modern psychology, this is called cognitive release. When you stop ruminating, stop recycling old narratives, and start creating a new mental framework. Philosophers called it reframing reality. And when you do this, you don't become cold. You become untouchable. Look around. This Western world, America, Canada, the UK, Germany, France, we're addicted to emotional attachment, to nostalgia, to validation, to control. We think if we can just hold on a little tighter, things won't fall apart. But what if the real power is in knowing what to release? What if real maturity is being able to say, this isn't for me anymore. I'm done. That's mindset. That's inner growth. It's what shadow work is all about. Confronting the parts of yourself that still crave the pain, still chase what broke you, still believe you're not whole unless you're holding on to something. Letting go is the spiritual detox your soul has been begging for. Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." This is psychological truth. You're not suffering from what happened. You're suffering from what you keep telling yourself about what happened. And as long as you keep rehearsing the pain, you stay in the role of the victim. Let's bring in some Machiavellian truth. Machiavelli didn't teach us to be cold for the sake of cruelty. He taught us to be strategic, to move with intent, and to understand human nature and power dynamics. And one of the most powerful moves a person can make is withdraw from what no longer serves your mission. Detach from the need to explain. Detach from the guilt of walking away. Detach from the illusion that your value comes from being needed. This is what emotional sovereignty looks like. And let's be clear, this isn't about becoming heartless. It's about becoming whole. You've been operating in survival mode, over-explaining, over-giving, and overstaying. You've been addicted to the idea that your suffering has meaning. But pain without evolution is wasted. Letting go is how you turn pain into wisdom. It's how you practice philosophical resilience, the ability to remain centered no matter what crumbles around you. This is what separates you from the masses, the ones still stuck in emotional limbo, while you're stepping into mental liberation. Let's talk psychology of perception. People will treat you based on how tightly you cling. If you appear desperate, they will lower your value. If you chase, they will run. But when you let go, you become mysterious, powerful, and unpredictable. And the mind respects what it cannot control. This is not manipulation. This is mastery of energy. You're not reacting, you're commanding. You're choosing to stop being a slave to emotional survival. The world, especially in America, in Canada, in Europe, is filled with people who never learned how to end a chapter. So they keep rereading the same pain. You see it in their faces. You hear it in their voices. They're mentally stuck in a place that no longer exists. But not you. Because now you understand. Letting go is not erasing history. It's updating the software. It's rewriting the internal code. This is not a quote on the wall moment. This is deep work, inner transformation, mindset shift on a cellular level. So what are you still holding on to? The failed relationship, the guilt, the betrayal, the illusion of what could have been? Let it die. Not because it didn't matter, but because you matter more. This is your rebirth. This is what conscious evolution looks like. Letting go is a form of spiritual intelligence, the kind that monks teach in silence, the kind that philosophers write entire books about. And it starts with a choice: release or remain. But here's the uncomfortable truth. No one's coming to rescue you from your own attachments. Not your ex, not your friends, not your family. Only you can decide to cut the cord. And when you do, the change is immediate. Your energy elevates, your presence sharpens, your focus becomes laser. Why? Because you stopped leaking energy into dead ends. You reclaimed your power. This is the art of inner clarity. The psychological edge that makes people say, there's something different about you. If you've made it this far, you're not like most people. You don't want just motivation. You want strategy. You want wisdom. You want power. Drop this phrase in the comments so I know you're one of us. Power begins with release. That's not a slogan. That's a way of life.